Rise and Grind DMV. Happy Sunday. We are waking up to overcast skies across the area, but as we head through your day today, we are going to be tracking more sunny skies. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of that forecast up next.
This morning on DC News Now, children in the vehicle as the driver led police on a chase from Frederick County into Montgomery County. The new details we're learning about the driver and what police say happened. Then flu season could be quite difficult this winter. What doctors say could make it even worse than last year. And Create, Connect, Discover, how a unique social platform is letting artists and photographers promote their own brand.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us here on DC News Now. I'm Joseph Akile. Your time is 7 o'clock on this Sunday, November 23rd, and it is quite the chilly start to the day. Let's head on outside right now with a live look. You can see the monument off in the distance. And I'm not sure if that's clouds I'm seeing or I don't know, but we'll let the expert tell us. Meteorologist Brittany Ward joining us right now with a deep dive of sorts into our weather. So
yeah, your eyes are not deceiving you.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know my forecast is semi-correct.
Semi-correct, yes. We are holding on to partly cloudy skies at this hour. We're also dealing with those chilly temperatures. So if you are heading out the door, maybe about to grab a bite to eat or head to sunrise service, which sunrise here in DC was literally a minute ago. It was at 7 o'clock on the dot. 43 though currently is the temperature in DC. 38 as you head over there to Lexington Park. We're sitting at 36 degrees right now in Hagerstown. You're at the freezing mark there in Frederick, coming in at 32 degrees. We have high pressure just off to the north. That's what's going to be keeping us quiet today and tomorrow, providing us with that mix of sun and clouds as we head through the rest of the weekend. We're also holding on to some patchy fog across the area, so do keep that in mind. A mix of sun and clouds will be the trend this afternoon, and then we're tracking a cool down once again as we head into your evening. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of that forecast up next.
All right, Brittany, thank you. 7:01, two D.C. council members demanding answers from Department of Youth Rehab Services over recent concerns on oversight at the facility. Council Chair Phil Mendelson and Councilmember Zachary Parker sent a letter to DYRS this week over the ordeal. I talked to Chair Mendelson about their concerns. Council Chair Phil Mendelson says some things are very alarming right now with juveniles in custody with DYRS. He mentions considerable overcrowding at Youth Services Center.
That's probably the most concerning issue, about 15 to 30% over what the capacity is.
And what really prompted this letter? Needed and required education, he says, isn't happening there.
I think they are saying that they're providing adequate education, but that's not what has been observed. So what I am hearing from lots of witnesses who are there is that kids are getting these packets instead of actual instruction, and the packets are inadequate. Apparently, DYRS has yet to set aside a classroom.
I asked if there's anything the council is doing to help with the issues.
When it adopted the budget several months ago, adopted the budget for the current fiscal year, we put $500,000 additional in for DYRS to improve the educational facilities at the Youth Services Center, as well as to hire some additional teachers. And it would appear that none of that has happened.
Mendelson says Council's Youth Services Committee has had a hearing and believes there'll be another one if they don't have a satisfactory response. For DC News Now, I'm Joseph Akile. And DC News Now reached out to the Department of Youth Rehab Services. We're waiting to hear back. At 7:03, new details this morning. We're learning about a bizarre series of events in Frederick County, Maryland, after someone called a local radio station saying they discovered a dead body. Police later found those human remains on Friday. Frederick police tell DC News Now someone shared information with the radio station about a body found in a wooded area off East Street and Carroll Creek Crossing. The Elliott in the Morning Show posted audio on Facebook of an exchange between the show host and that caller. The caller identified themselves as Joseph and said they found the body 18 days earlier. Investigators say host Elliott repeatedly urged the caller to call police. That caller responded saying they would do it soon. Frederick police have identified the remains have not identified the remains or determined how the person died. The investigation is ongoing. New details out of Montgomery County. A man from Prince George's County has been charged with first-degree murder after allegedly shooting and killing his relative in Montgomery County. Police say the shooting happened near Richmond Avenue in Silver Spring at about 2 p.m. Investigators say 22-year-old Babacar Mbege was found shot in the chest. He later died from his wounds. They believe Mbege got into an argument with 20-year-old Falugalas Fall while sitting in a car. Officers say the argument continued outside the car and the two started fighting in the street. Investigators believe that's when Fall allegedly shot Mbege before driving off. That 20-year-old man was arrested Friday. We now know a pedestrian hit by a car Friday was an elementary school student. It happened in Prince George's County. Investigators believe the child goes to Tulip Grove Elementary School in Bowie. Police say the student was hit just before 3 p.m. near Traymar and Terra Lanes and was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The driver of the vehicle stayed on the scene. Police are working to figure out what led up to the crash. A Prince George's County police officer recovering after being hit by a vehicle. Berwyn Heights posted on social media that one of their officers was hit at about 7:45 p.m. on Greenbelt Road and Kenilworth Avenue. They say it happened while the officer was helping a driver of a disabled vehicle. Officials say that officer was taken to a trauma center with serious injuries, but is expected to be okay. Investigators say the driver who hit the officer stayed on the scene. Greenbelt Police is handling the investigation. Investigators say the man who led police on the chase from Frederick County to Montgomery County has been charged. We're also learning there were children in the vehicle at the time of that police pursuit. The police chase started when a Frederick Sheriff's deputy saw someone driving recklessly in the southbound lanes of Route 15 near Rosemont Avenue, then crossing the median and kept going the wrong way in the northbound lanes all the way up to this scene right here, causing those delays on I-270. 37-year-old Thomas Burkhart reportedly sped off as authorities tried to stop him, including laying spike strips as he entered I-270 in Montgomery County before crashing near Clarksburg exit. Investigators say two children, ages 8 and 12, got out of the vehicle first after Burkhart stopped the car. They say he refused to come out of the car, but then the 37-year-old tried to run while carrying a child, presumed to be about 2 years old. Deputies were able to safely get the child and apprehend Burkhart. He now faces several charges. His relationship to the children is unknown. Switching gears in Virginia, your time 7:07, Old Town Alexandria held its annual tree lighting ceremony. This was yesterday. Look how beautiful that tree is. And the lighting allowed families meet Santa and Mrs. Claus and enjoy some holiday music. And in Montgomery County, they had their Thanksgiving parade in Silver Spring yesterday. This you can see right there as the cleanup began following that parade. The parade started at Ellsworth Drive and Fenton Street and continued on to Georgia Avenue and then to Silver Spring Avenue. Visitors, those who were there, got to enjoy live ballet performances, cultural dance groups, and high school marching bands. Some historians are taking a step back in time in West Virginia's East Panhandle. Jefferson County Museum hosted historian Lynn Pecky-Konis yesterday to discuss research in her new book, Among the Mountains, the Lovelets and Their Hilltop House. It is the story of a black couple in the Jim Crow era who ran a boarding house for white travelers. The inn had a view overlooking the Potomac and Shenandoah rivers at Harper's Ferry. And that inn also hosted President Woodrow Wilson.
I think it's a fascinating and inspiring story that an African-American couple during the Jim Crow era was able to build a successful business catering to white clientele that ended up lasting.
The Hilltop House has been undergoing extensive renovations. It's expected to reopen as a luxury resort in the next 2 years. All right, your time, it is 7:09. If you have not been outside, you may want to hold off on doing it. Why? Because it's chilly outside. So, Brittany, I just want to know how long it'll stay chilly today. You know,
we are going to be holding on to the chill as we head through the rest of the morning. Those temperatures heading out are on the cooler side, so make sure to have the jacket on hand. We're sitting at 43 degrees right now in D.C., 41 as you head over there to Fredericksburg, Virginia, back off to the north and the west. We're sitting in the 30s, still below the freezing mark in Martinsburg, West Virginia, as well as Cumberland. You're at the freezing mark, though, in Frederick. And then it looks like Orange, we're sitting at 42 degrees. So have the jacket when stepping out this afternoon. The temperature is not looking too bad, and we'll also be sitting under a mix of sun and clouds. However, we are going to be tracking rain as we head into the work week. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of that forecast up next.